All right, there's some buzz about Donovan Mitchell to the Knicks again. There's a rumor out there. Is it legit? Is it real? Let's talk about it. It's the Hoops Nerd Show. Before we get to it, make sure you go to Prize Picks and use promo code HoopsNerd. Right now, the playoffs are going. They're crazy. Go bet the over on Steph. Right now, you can get $100 if you just go to Prize Picks, use promo code HoopsNerd. It supports the channel. It supports everything we do. So I would appreciate it. All right, go do that. I would appreciate it. All right. The rumor about Donovan Mitchell is actually pretty big. I mean, there's times where you hear things from radio guys. There's times you hear things from people who apparently know somebody or whatever. This comes from Jason Lloyd of The Athletic. That's an insider for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and here's what he has to say. Mitchell didn't choose Cleveland. He was sent here when he thought he was going to New York. Mitchell has been a model teammate during his time here. Nevertheless, talk has persisted in league circles throughout this season that he will indeed go to New York at his first opportunity. The Cavs knew the score when they made the deal, and now they're in a difficult spot. Mitchell has 2 years of team control remaining before a player option year. So, sounds like Donovan Mitchell's going to New York, and that is the same thing we heard when he was in Utah for multiple years. That's where he wanted to go. He thought he was going there that whole summer that the Jazz and the Knicks were in trade talks the entire summer until the Jazz finally broke it off and traded him to Cleveland. Well, they had their first year and things looked really good during the regular season. Then the playoffs happened and the Knicks absolutely busted the Cavs. Jalen Brunson beats him again in the first round, just like he did last playoffs. And it sounds like Donovan Mitchell's still intent on going to Cleveland. And anyone can go read the article by Jason Lloyd. I recommend you go do it. And you can listen to all the quotes that Donovan Mitchell says about, not talking about that, not want to do that. Guess what? He wants to go to New York. That's what he wanted to do when he was in Utah for multiple years. That was the goal. That was the mission, to get to New York. It didn't happen. Guess what? It's still there. He still wants to. And he's going to go there as soon as he can. So there's two questions. One, can Cleveland keep him there? I don't think so. I think they've got basically a 2-year window here. And really, you've probably got to think about a 1-year window. Jason Lloyd mentions that Cleveland got burned when LeBron left and left them with nothing. And they vowed that they weren't going to do that again. So basically, Cleveland has like 1 year left before that second year, because the third year is a player option for Donovan Mitchell. And if he wants, he can just opt out and go wherever he wants. And so there's basically 2 years left the Cavs have. And if they want to actually trade him for anything, if they want to trade him, then they've got like 1 year left. So it's going to be really interesting for Donovan Mitchell over these next 2 seasons. The rumors are going to start flying. You're going to start hearing more and more and more. Now, the other question, do the New York Knicks want Donovan Mitchell? They have just shown that they don't necessarily need him to win games. Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, that is a tough team. You add in Josh Hart, RJ Barrett, and you've got a team that plays tough, is a solid basketball team that won the first round. They just absolutely demolished Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Do they want Donovan Mitchell to join their team? Well, the question is, you probably do if you can get him for free. This is the thing that's so good for the New York Knicks, is that they did not have to trade anything for Donovan Mitchell, and they will likely be able to get him for nothing. And the Knicks have a ton of draft picks. They have a ton of young players. So if they know that Donovan Mitchell in 2 years can just come to them, then they win, because then they can go use those picks to go get another guy. And that's likely what they thought when they were making these negotiations. They likely knew that Donovan was probably going to come anyway in free agency. So why would you overspend last year when you know he's just going to come in 2 or 3 years and he's still going to be in his prime? That's just good management. The Knicks actually deserve a lot of credit for that. So what the Knicks can do now is they can trade for another player that fits really well. Maybe you find a wing out there, or maybe there's a young player that gets frustrated. I mean, Luka Doncic might be out there in a year or two. Does he get frustrated and you want him to leave? Someone like that, some star that you can throw all your picks at, and then you just know that in 2 years, Donovan Mitchell's coming to your team. And then you've got this team of someone like a, question mark star, Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, and Mitchell Robinson, Josh Hart, all these other good core young players, quickly, just Grimes, all these young players they've been collecting that build up and create a great team. Now you can get these real stars that might want to come and join what they're doing. The other question is Tibbs good enough to be there when Donovan Mitchell comes? Will Tibbs be there when Donovan Mitchell comes? We'll see. But anyways, that's all I've got, guys. If you're new here, like and subscribe to the channel. Use PrizePicks. Go to PrizePicks.com. Use promo code HoopsNerd. I would appreciate it. Talk to you next time.